Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well as always. So in today's video, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about perspective and more so perspective related to business and struggle in business, right? So a lot of people think that it's a massive downfall to not have capital or cash flow or just any sort of financial income inside of their business, right? Especially in the beginning. I know I did, guys. For many, many years, I used to sit back and say to myself, man, I'm smart enough to make this work. Why am I struggling so hard? And I used to always equate it back to not having cash flow, not having capital. And I used to always say to myself, man, if I just had enough capital, if someone would just believe in me enough and give me a go or invest some finances into my ideas, I could make this work. That's what's holding me back. It's always cash flow. That's what's holding me back. Now, guys, what I've come to realize over the years, right, throughout all of this struggle and into where I currently sit in my entrepreneurial journey, is this was all a test, right? It is absolutely imperative to go through that financial struggle inside of business to become a good business person, right? So, this is what I mean. It's all about perspective, guys. So, I look at it like this now, and this is the truth, right? This is the truth through experience, and not just mine, but any successful entrepreneur out there. You can ask them when they first start out, even the first 5 years, right? Sometimes it takes that long. That's just what it is, right? Not having that cash flow teaches you to be extremely resourceful. You figure out ways to make things work, to make things happen without finances. Now, when you actually build that business and you get to that point where you do have capital or cash flow influx inside of your business, you are now primed and in the perfect position to make sure that you keep that money and grow it. Because from my experience and what I've seen, any business that starts off through like capital investment from an investment firm or an investor of sorts, generally fails because the person running it just went out and raised a bunch of money, right? They have not been through the struggle. They do not understand how to use those capital assets to the best possible advantage for the business to ensure that the business has enough working capital to continue to grow and continue to function, right? At the end of the day. Because I've seen this before, guys, and I'll use this example because I've seen it. A company starts off in the clothing industry. I used to work in the fashion industry a long time ago. I know I don't dress like it, right? But that sort of pretentious sort of lifestyle is not for me. I prefer to just get my feet dirty and be out in the wilderness. But I did used to work in the fashion industry, and I actually had a fashion company a long, long time ago when I was, man, I would have been 19, 20 years old, right? So a person that I knew at the time also started a fashion store. And what they did was they thought that if they just bought heaps of stock from China, they could get their cost of manufacture down by buying in bulk, and then they would have all this stock. And stock is an asset, right? No, stock is not an asset because you don't want to have like 90% of your working capital tied up in stock because, especially in fashion, only a limited amount of your SKUs will actually sell, right? So you might have, say, a product line of 30 SKUs, right? 30 different product lines. And only two of them will be hero products. Two of them will account for 80% of your sales, right? The 80/20 rule. So you're going to have all of this stock, 80% of your stock sitting there in the warehouse or in the store, wherever it may be, and there's just all of your working capital's tied up in it and you can't move it, right? Without working capital, there is no business. There's no rent being paid. There's no wages. There's no of new stock. There's no trade. There's no nothing. Without working capital, business doesn't exist. So I just wanted to make this video to sort of get this point across to you guys. I know a lot of people out there are struggling in the entrepreneurial world, and it's the natural order of things. It is how the process works. If you were just handed the money today without going through the struggle and said, there you go, that's what's been holding you back. Here's the cash. go make a successful business, there's a huge chance, and I mean in the high 90 percentile chance, that you're going to fail because you haven't learned what you needed to learn. Your journey wasn't journeyed, right? You didn't go through the process of the struggle with cash flow, the struggle with capital, and being able to be extremely resourceful in order to get what you need out of your business. And it's the same thing, guys, with my program right now. I get a lot of people who want to be entrepreneurs contacting me and saying, Dan, I'm just so broke. I want to do your program. You wouldn't believe how many times a day this happens, guys, right? Uh, I'm talking at least 20 times a day. I get a PM like this. Um, I want to do your program. I'm really motivated. I want to make this work. Can you just let me in for free and I'll pay you with the profits? All right. Business doesn't work that way, guys. I'm so sorry. It doesn't. If you want in, be resourceful because it can be done. I've done it over and over and over a million times. Probably not a million, but you know what I mean. It's a big number. Many, many times I've been flat broke and I was able to be very resourceful with my skill set to be able to make a certain amount of money to be able to afford a program, and then I would be flat broke again. But I would use that program to build up my own cash flow. And when I got cash flow, I knew exactly what to do with it and how to treat it because I had been through the struggle. So therefore, being broke is a blessing, especially in business. Guys, do you see the perspective that I'm coming from? Being broke is a blessing. I know that sounds crazy, but it's so, so true. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to quickly drop this video and just say to you, if you're struggling right now, good, good. You're on the right track, guys. You are on the right track. As long as you use it to become resourceful, as long as you look at it from a proper perspective and you don't sit around going, oh man, if I just had capital, I could be successful. That's not going to get you anywhere. It's time to be resourceful. It's time to become successful. All right, guys, talk to you soon.